Hey guys, I'm Tanya and today I'm going to be showing you 10 different types of neighbors. Let's get started. The first type of neighbor that you will encounter is the genetic TV neighbor. This is like that neighbor that you always see in the background of movies, mowing their lawn, waving hi to everyone in the neighborhood, being a very generic neighbor. The second type of neighbor that you'll run into is the math textbook neighbor. So you know when you're shopping and you might see a sale for, 5 lemons for $1 and you think, wow, that sounds like a great deal. But what are you gonna do with 5 lemons? So you go to your neighbor's house and offer them 3 of your lemons because you're a kind neighbor. But then you have that math textbook neighbor where they show up at your door claiming that there was a sale in the store and offer you 40 apples or 50 bags of flour. You are that person in the math textbook where it's like, Jimmy bought 92 watermelons and wanted to share them with his friends. How did he split them? When are you ever going to buy 92 watermelons and how are you going to fit them in your car? I don't know. Number 3, the ghost neighbor. This is that one neighbor where you know that the house is occupied, but you've never seen the neighbor before. In every house that I've lived in, I've always had at least one of these neighbors where I know someone lives in the house, but I've never seen them in the entire time I lived there. I lived in one house for 12 years and not once did I ever see what my neighbor looked like across the street because they never came out. But like you saw their lights on and like you know there's people in the house, but you never saw them. Does anyone else have these kind of ghost neighbors or is that just me? Number 4, the antisocial neighbor. So you're taking your dog on a walk around the neighborhood, saying hello to everyone you see because you're a nice, easygoing kind of person. When you suddenly pass that antisocial neighbor where they're, plucking their trees, I don't know, do you pluck trees? Plucking the tree, we'll go with it. So he's plucking the tree and he acknowledges that you're walking by, but instead of waving, smiling, doing any sort of acknowledgement of you being there, he just turns away and keeps plucking at his tree. Why you gotta be so rude? Number 5, the party neighbor. At some point in your life, you will live next door or across the street from a party neighbor. I had this type of neighbor in the house that I lived in for 12 years where they always threw parties from 11 p.m. till 6 a.m. with their music blaring so loud that it literally vibrated my own house on weekdays. This was stressful because both my parents and I had to be awake at 6 a.m. to go to work, to go to school, and they were always keeping us up. Like this may sound like an awesome type of neighbor, but when you need to be up at 5 a.m., it's not. Number 6, the holiday lover. Before I even begin to explain this neighbor, you probably already know what I'm thinking. Slow clap for you because you are right. It is that neighbor who decks out in Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, even Easter decorations because they are just full-time holiday people. They always have the best Christmas lights in the entire neighborhood, the most amazing Halloween display, crazy Easter egg parties in the front yard. They are the ultimate holiday person, or family should I say. Number 7, the neighborly neighbor. These are the neighbors that are always throwing those backyard barbecue parties for the entire neighborhood. They're very neighborly people and like to be sociable, and I personally really like these types of people. Number 8, the friend neighbor. This is like the neighbor that you become friends with when you first move in, where you guys are first just neighbors, but you turn into really good friends and being able to just go back and forth between your guys' houses and just know that you have someone that you can hang out with whenever you want. Whether it's during the day and you want someone to come over and hang out with you, or it's during the night and you want someone to watch Netflix with, they are that person. The go-to neighbor, that's them. That's what I should call this one, the go-to neighbor. Number 9, the nosy neighbor. I don't know why I just winked. This is basically that creepy neighbor that creeps into your windows and just watches what you're doing. Or you catch them creeping into your backyard or, actually cupping their hands onto your window at night and looking in. That party neighbor that I mentioned that I had before also had a bedroom where their bedroom window was directly across from mine. What architect decided that was a good idea? Our houses were also probably just like a grown man's arm span apart. Like they were very close together. So our windows were very close. And at night, they would look into my window all the time. They were the nosy neighbor and the party neighbor. Why? Like everyone has that little bit of nosiness in them, but when you're cupping your hands to look through the window into your neighbor's house, it's really creepy. Or like in my current house, a lot, and I mean a lot of people like to creep into my backyard and just look at what's there. It's my property, it's creepy, and just know, I missed my finger. And lastly, number 10, the helpful neighbor. This neighbor is the neighbor that you can always count on when you go on a holiday. Say you're going to Vegas in the middle of winter, but what are you gonna do about that snow that builds up on your driveway? Well, here's your helping neighbor ready to shovel your driveway to make it look like you're actually at home during the winter time. Or maybe you have a pet that needs looking after, and this will be that person to help. So that is all for today's video. Be sure to give it a giant thumbs up and also comment down below and tell me what type of neighbors you have, whether I listed them or not, or what kind of neighbor you are. My family tends to be the helpful neighbor, where we're always offering to do something if they're gone. So be sure you follow me on my social media links down below, and I'll see you guys on Saturday with a brand new video. Bye!